Hi, my name is Showtime the Hype Man. We are about to go around the world. For those who are about to watch us, for those who have been watching us for the last 24 months, have I have been here doing what I love to do. But before we get started, we're going to do my introduction like everybody knows. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. I have a radio show. We got a Freddie show. Are you ready? Are you ready, fans? Because if you're not, I know I am. So we got our music getting down, you know, the music. I'm going to give y'all my introduction.
Hi, it's Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. That's right, we have a brand new show from 12 to 2 p.m. from Monday to Friday, live on Philly Hot Radio. Call us at 484-477-6348. See ya.
Okay, good. I don't know about y'all, but we're excited about this day's show. My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. We're broadcasting live around the world. For those who are watching us, we want to thank each and every one of y'all that are watching us today. I had a great weekend. And also, you know, I did my debut over in London, where I'm so excited that the London people, British people, all the people all over the world has tuned in to watch me. I was nervous as hell. Showtime was nervous. I really didn't know what to expect. For those who know that I'm dealing with music, where I started my show with gospel and R&B, where I allowed the spirit to move me. So what I did to do safe, I started with playing up my gospel songs. So by the time the hour went in, I was ready, the nerves was going. Anybody know Showtime the Hype Man? I'm used to dealing with 60, 70,000 people, 10,000, 15,000 people, where I'm used to people and bring energy at any big event. For those that have watched me in the last 5 or 10 years, where I have built some of the biggest stadiums, where when I come out, the audience go crazy. That's what it's all about. It's about having fun. But also, I watched my show for the first time and heard me talk on the radio in London. It is a great pleasure that Philly Hot Radio has went over to London to do what we do. I want to give Philly Hot Radio, they have gave me an opportunity to do what I do, and I call this the laboratory in the school where I need to be at. So we do have a guest here. We'll do some shout outs. Her name is Miss Peaches. Don't you want to gorgeous, my fans and audience, those who are watching us? I'm not scared of her. She's from over across the pond, on the side. So we're going to talk about her journey. We're going to talk about why she's here. We're going to talk about her career, all the things that she has done to get to Philly. I was a little late because one of the buses, where they called me up, where I got to make sure that my guests and those who get on my bus make sure that the heating system in this air is working, because we know that summertime is pushing. I don't know about y'all. Also, I did the gym today. You know I believe in exercise. I did chest work. And I'm on my way. For those who know, I can bench press 315 pounds or even more when I feel good for that day. So what I'm doing, I'm working my way back in shape, where I'm starting to get my body and lifting the weight that I have. I feel good lifting 315 pounds. That I know that because I'm a young, old school OG, but I got a young spirit. And a lot of y'all are not used to young spirit people. Where y'all get a certain age, y'all don't want to have fun no more. The women don't want to have sex no more. They want to put the Bible on the cross in front of you. But when we was younger, we did everything. And when you get older, we just sit there and allow age play a major role. The reason why people are not growing, because they need the Holy Spirit. You want to have the Holy Spirit, you want to be successful. See, I understand what it takes. Because we are too religion, and we put all these principles behind everything as we get older. But what happened was, I'm a humanity spiritual guy. So we're about to take this show to a whole new level today. I'm excited about our guests. I ain't scared of people. She like that guy am. So, but we're going to give a shout out to some of the events that's going on. For those who know that Zena Music Production, where we're having a show and a dance, where we're going to be doing something because of the COVID-19. Last year about this time, everybody was home watching Netflix and whatever news you can get, where we was covering up those who had somebody to cover up to, where last year about this time, we was all home, the COVID-19 was coming, where it shut down the NBA, the NFL, the boxing world, all the entertainment, all the clubs, the restaurants, all we were doing buying pizzas and cheeseburgers and french fries at some of the stores around our neighborhood. Also some of the supermarkets, we had to be in long lines just to go to the supermarket. God is good. And y'all, I'm telling you, look what we're doing now. We're doing something that is different now, where the COVID-19 still is being effective for some of those who got that mindset of following behind everything. So, we're going to talk about this show. We're going to get on about this show. Zena Music Production presenting Old School Show and Dance. One of the featuring R&B group. This is a hot group, has been together for 20 years. I'm talking about they have never broke up. They've been together. Anybody who touch a class, this is one of the hottest R&B groups. I can imagine with the Stylists, the Blue Magic, Hellbound, the Blue Notes group, the Futures. Any group, touch a class can hold their own. Also, we know that the Philly Destiny Band, I really got a chance to watch it for the first time, where this band brings their A game. Anybody know our hometown boy, Corey Wilmington, the king of hooks, have over 459 hooks that he do hooks for tracks. Also, what's going on, where he also sang with the Temptations, and also he sings with the Intruders, where he's about 35 years old, but he got an old soul voice, but he's a young guy that is keeping tradition with the Temptations as Eddie Kittredge, and also as the lead singer for the Intruders, where he has now the torch with the Intruders and the Temptations, where we know that some of the groups are just putting it together, but Corey is holding on for the legacy. Also, we know DJ Big Brother, one of the hottest DJs, that is my cousin, and guess who hosts this show? I know y'all want to know. Showtime the Hype Man. That's me. I will be showing tickets on the 20 hours. We give you 4 acts, food inside the facility, alcohol till you drop, stage, engineer, sound, live show for $20. What do you think pitches for $20?
That's pretty decent. That's a lot. You get a lot with that $20.
Say it again?
You get a lot with your $20.
Yes, you do. So, where a lot of people sit there looking for Babyface or Fantasia, where we are giving, where these groups on the same level, some of us just don't get opportunity, and also they're black. Where we have to learn to stop being picky. See, the Apple Valley Premium always picky, but when y'all get some pig feet and some potatoes out of you lay all that shit up, don't y'all? But all of a sudden, when the show comes, y'all got an attitude about the show. We are doing something that is different, when we are bringing a $20 package. The best that Philadelphia got for $20. If you know Showtime the Hype Man, one of the brand new hosts that know how to get y'all excited. For those who came to the Dell Music Center, the Provo Atlantic City, the Topicana, the Wellcross Center, you're looking at the guy right here. With 60 or 80,000 people cheering me on, because I know how to move a crowd. So, did anybody want to get tickets? $20. $20, you get all of this. This is better than a Big Mac, French fries, and a milkshake at McDonald's, where all of a sudden you gotta go right the calorie on, and sometimes that food is sticking in your body. For about 10 days, get it out your system. We're gonna give you something where most people want to dance. We're talking about bringing it back when old school rap started. I don't know about y'all, I'm excited about the show, $20. So, also, Wake Up, Rise Up Philadelphia. Virtual worldwide concert, where we're doing a live concert around the world. What do you think about that, Peaches?
Nice. Around the world, okay.
Where Australia, British, Africa, Canada has already joined in, and most of their tickets are sold out. But it's the people in Philadelphia that sit there worried about their band and who are in the group and talking about how much to budget. That's the first thing the African groups in the city of Philadelphia, they always want to know how much they get paid. But nobody knows to do the work. When they did We Are the World, when Quincy Jones put all the stars together, and he told them that it was not no paid gig, it was a voluntary gig. See, black people always got their hand out, but then they want to be the first to criticize, the first to judge you, the first time I know, the first time I didn't know Jesus, the first time I asked you. We are the most religious people that are always going around gospel. God's not pleased with us. We're always doing something that is not cute. We have to learn how to help each other. We got to learn how to do something that is different to please God. God is not pleased with us hating on each other. God is not pleased. He knows everything that's going on. God is with you. God is like a fly. You thought you got away. My name is Showtime, the Hype Man. So, also, we got every Sunday. They was here this Sunday. You can tell, but 20 years was here.
Okay.
Let's talk guys. Me and Peaches had to move all the snow. I had Peaches moving chairs around. She like, hey, Showtime, I have to do an interview. And so, let's talk guys versus girls. This is a hot show where guys versus girls get a chance to talk. Where a lot of us just get into relationships and talk about the dudes mentioned to me till I love you better move the scene out of here. So I ain't love me. I heard that when I was 16 years old. I ain't with the guy now. So we're gonna move along with that. Also, we know we got another show on Friday night, the Brothers and Cousins Show. This is my nephew's show and my other nephew. They're doing a great job. Podcast radio show live on Philly Hot Radio. So, we're about to get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. She says she's skating with earphones. That's what I heard.
Yes, that's true.
She's the girl who picked up the Jordan jeans and the double jeans. And I don't know the jeans she's wearing now, but when I go to skating ring, where I told Tracy where I have maybe not been the best skater, but I go and see what girl got that nice crown with the jeans on and the little pom-poms around the skating ring where she is playing. Hey, what's up, little sis? We want to thank everyone with us every day that she's doing our work where she came over here. My sister is doing. Well, sis, I see ya. So, and also Miss Banks, we see you, KD Banks. We want to thank you for tuning in too. So, Peaches, did I get that right?
Peachy, yes.
Peaches. So, I don't know Peaches, but she sure look like a peach. Boy, I tell you, I don't know what to say, but I ain't nervous. I can handle her. I think she'll maybe a peach I can do it, but she put a whole peach here. And she's here serving it. So we want to thank you. This is your time to talk about your journey and why you're here at Philly Hot Radio. And would you, I had Ice.
Yeah.
Where Ice had a great job, and I want to thank Ice for giving me an opportunity to interview you, where this is your opportunity, where we want to start, where also she's from Camden, New Jersey. She got Camden, yeah, if you got, yeah, go out, pull out of Camden, that's so Camden is rising. We know that Camden is starting getting money.
Yes.
The governor and them starting to put things down the waterfront where a lot of people will go past Camden real quick.
I actually do annual silent events over there at the waterfront in the area. I donate my time and help out with there in Camden, but we definitely have fun in the city hall and do an annual silent skate event over there. So
So this is your part of the show. So I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna sit back where I'm gonna give you a chance to let the world to know who Peaches is, what she does, and how she got in skate. I think she sang too. I'm not sure, but I want you to talk about your journey from the age of maybe 10 or 11, where you started maybe going to the skating rink, where that was a safe place for you during that time in Camden, when maybe we knew that Camden one time was drug festive, where they were trying to tear it down. But God has saved so many people in Camden. I love Camden too. So let's go ahead and talk.
Well, speaking of piggybacking off of Camden and, back in the day, the drug and God saved people from Camden. Actually, people in Camden were saved by God, of course, but roller skating as well, because we had a roller skating, two of them actually, inside of Camden before Millennium came about. So back in my age, when you say around 10, we were roller skating out there, and that was life. Like, we done nothing but roller skating. And then we'll travel from Camden and then go on ahead out to the country to Franklinville, and that's where it pretty much started for me as well. My mother and father met at a roller skating rink.
Yeah, you're the product.
Yeah. I was very with wheels on. Like, I was born with wheels under my feet. So with that being said, my mother and father meeting at a roller skating rink. Then my father being a roller skater, a DJ in a roller skating rink, a bouncer in a roller skating rink, and in my opinion, from others, when they were so legendary. He has now transitioned, not too long ago, but he still had that legacy, which I'm trying to continue. Because I'm a product of him, and I'm trying to continue his legacy with the silent skate, as well as me being a roller skater. So the silent skate basically is a concept that I got trademarked and filed patent, and have with headphones, and the object is to pretty much bring the skate community together, build morale, and just have a unity of different type of musics. Because in the skate world, if you don't know, most of the skaters can vouch for this. We pretty much have divided when it comes to the music. We have different skate styles, a whole skate culture out there. We have different skate styles, we have different skate music. Everybody skates to something different. Someone's always complaining about the music, always complaining about the skate style, and always, just sitting around just waiting for their song to come on. So if I brought in my invention of the silent skate to just have people wearing headphones, and you have 3 different DJs. So with the 3 different DJs, you could switch the channels on the headphones. So if you don't like one song, you can switch it to another. So if you don't like that song, you switch. So you got 3 different options that you can skate to. So it's not just like what I'm used to growing up, just listening to one DJ and waiting for my song to come on. I got options, and I can skate to whatever genre, different music that I want. And skaters is all across the world, and we actually different ages, different, race, different everything. So this is a big thing where you can just unite with everybody. You can have, house music, and you can have R&B and hip hop music, or you can have, it's JB music, and everybody just have their own different style of skating. So I brought that to the forefront just so that it could be a different experience, and we could just pretty much all come together without worried about our song not being played, or what, 3 different DJs, somebody's bound to play the song, and you want to be out there rolling nonstop in your own zone with the headphones. But that's pretty much where the whole silent skate concept comes from, and how I brought it to the forefront.
Well, I want to say something, because she tried to get out as early as possible. Y'all saw that where those in Canada and over in Detroit, St. Louis, those in Los Angeles, Seattle, Washington, where Peaches, where she has a family history for those who are watching us around the world, and we are grateful for those who are in, where this is my second week of really exploring skating, but no one ever gave me a ticket or right. I had Tracy here, the ice here, where I'm not really a roller skater, but I used to skate on the streets with the roller derby. So what high school you went to?
I went to Camden High School.
Did you? Okay, so there you go. So that's the interview right there. That's what I'm about to get into it. So are you married?
I'm not married.
So she's not married. You have children.
I do not have any children.
And she don't have any children. It's not that she didn't want to get married. She just said no to the guy that wanted her to get married. So you can tell she's a very attractive woman and a God-fearing. And I think her parents really raised her right, where I can see that she has a warrior spirit, where this is with Showtime the Hype Man. So what do you do? What have you done in school that was besides skating? What is your other talent and gift you got besides coming up with the earphones and skating with the pom-poms? Where I know you're a skater, but you have other stuff where we want to know the audience and those, because this interview is going around the world, you know it or not.
Okay.
Where I'm going to make sure the audience and make sure your interview is successful, because it's important for me. So let's talk about what is you go to college?
I've done some semester in community college, and that was Camden County.
Okay, yeah, she got everything but the CC.
Yes. Camden all day.
This girl, this is a CC Camden girl. If the mayor watching us and the council person and the Congress and those who are registered voters, we got a joy here. It's an honor to really have been able to have you on our show. So, what do you do besides roller skating?
Well, I do have what some may say is a great talent in cosmetology. I've been doing hair, I could say, ever since I can remember. I was actually working inside of a salon at a very, very young age. So in order for me to work at the salon, I had to be considered a trainer. So I was being trained into cosmetology because I was doing it in high school, but I was being trained so that I could get my cosmetology license in order to work at this salon because they so desperately wanted me. And I started at 13, the age of 13. And at 16, they desperately wanted me, and I, wasn't old enough to actually work in the salon, so they trained me, and that's how I got my cosmetology license in order to work into the salon. I still braid till this day. I do have quite a few clients.
Yes.
Clients in
Yeah, I got my
braiding.
hair, so
Oh, okay.
she was trying to see that I have my hair, and I had to show her. She made everybody went, you saw it, did you see it?
I saw it.
I got hair, y'all. So those who this is my those who know. So go ahead.
So yeah, I braid hair in different unique styles. Some may say it's difficult, but it works for me. I've been braiding for some time now, quite a few years now.
So how do you get into braiding hair? I can see that. Have you ever did any types of shows where they're doing with your hair and your talent?
Well, I have not done any shows, but I have been invited to come out and do shows. I particularly like doing hair for me. I like the way it makes people feel. I have clients who has lupus and clients who has alopecia, and they have difficulties with their appearances, and they have low self-esteem because of the fact that they're missing a lot of hair. And what they don't know is I can create a style to make it look like you got hair. You could be completely bald in the middle, completely bald on the sides. But the way I braid hair, I'll just, after a consultation, I'll look at you and see how your hair is shaped, how your head is formed and everything, and then just braid around it, and then look like you have a whole head full of hair. And then that just pretty much makes it for me. I don't want to do anything outside of just making other people feel good doing their hair. When I do hair, I don't do it for the profit. I do it to help. And then you hear all the compliments and all the people just they want to praise, but it's I'm just happy. I'm just doing God's work. So.
Wow. She said, this is a woman that know God in her own personal way, and I want to thank you here. For those who like to call up, we're going to get into the roller skating but also we just get to know who Peaches is, where she does hair. And if you know someone that has cancer, someone that has hair problems, where she has a gifted hand where she believes that whatever she braids, it hums.
It does. And it's not.
Did I say that right?
You said it actually to the T.
Oh, go ahead.
Because that's what I've been told. So it's not nothing that I actually think. I've been told, and I have had people with tears in their eyes telling me I would have never thought that I could get a style like this, and I should have been, getting my hair braided, and it's braids. Well, it could be either or, but some people don't want to have weaves and stuff like that because that could somehow take out your hair as well. So they say, so when I do the braids, they just be in disbelief, and it's a pleasure, it's an honor to be like that person, to make someone feel good that has low self-esteem. And you have some people that will let me do the before and after picture, and then you'll have some people that won't because they still indiscreet. But the people that let me do the before and after picture, they're showing other people that it can be done, and that's what I like most about it.
So what is the difference in your era? I don't know, she looked young, and I'm not gonna get into her age, but she looks young than she's supposed to. So because she treats people right. See, if you want to look young and look healthy in your skin, it's the way you treat people. See, a lot of people want money, but it's the oil that they preserve where they wonder why they dry. You ever see a guy where he has a lot of money, but his skin is dry, or a woman that thinks she got it? It's your attitude. See, your attitude preserve the body and the skin where you wonder why the skin is so dull. Where Peaches has a clean skin. When I'm looking at her forehead, and she's watching me too, probably, saying that Showtime and Hype Man, your skin is pretty good too. So where we're talking about cosmetic, where people that maybe have lost hair or being happy during sickness. Hey, LL's on here too. We want to thank Dave Smith too. Also Maurice, LL, thank you for tuning in. Where it's important, any business you get into or anything you do, people skills is the number one party. Miss Peaches, can you talk about your personality and your people skills where you have built a lot of customers, you have built a lot of relationship with friends, where I have to give your parents, they did a great job. Where I want to thank your father as he looked upon us, right, to acknowledge him too, where her parents, I don't know, maybe I understand that, but those LL, she's from Jersey too, and she's representing Camden, New Jersey. That's right, we're around the world, we have Peaches, Reverend, she's proud to be a Camden girl. I'm proud. So we want you to talk about people skills, where you maybe have met some people, and many guys that come, but how do you get them off you? Because I can see it. Yo, Peaches is very attractive. She got pretty eyes, her hair got gold strings. I'm already trying to tell you, but I know how to handle it because I'm used to it. So, how do you handle people's skills where you may go into an environment where you see people where they don't have people skills like a female or a guy, when they're very ignorant, where because they have a tie and a suit on, or because they have a business or a title, where because their spirit is heisted. So you may look good, but it's your spirit that look nasty, that you wonder why nobody want to come around. Can you talk about people skills?
Okay, well, people skills, I think that comes natural with me. I don't know why I have this gift, but I've been told if anybody follows me on Facebook or Instagram, you'll see people like, oh, you're a blessing to everybody who come around, or you're just that angel that, so I'll hear this a lot, so it's not nothing that I'm thinking that I am. This is what people's telling me, so I'll be going by what the people say. But back to when you said, I don't know how old you are, I'm not afraid to say my age. I'm 41 years old, just past March.
She's 41 years old, picking up like she's 22, like she came out of a peach. It's rocks, remember, all brand new, fresh peach with a little fuzz on it. I don't know if she's drinking a gallon of water. LL got me drinking a gallon of water and cinnamon applesauce. I lost about 15 pounds when I took this LL. So I'm kind of, so good. But I don't know what the little fuzzy, you gotta get the little pictures and the little fuzzy on it. So that is good. So go ahead, keep on, go ahead,
So
talk.
like I said, I'm 41 years old, so I've been in a few different type of situations where I come across people of, maybe that don't have the mannerism or the, conduct that they should at a certain age, or, and it depends on the environment that they were brought in. So as everyone knows, I'm from Camden, so I'm well-rounded. Actually, my father was born in Philadelphia. So
There you go.
I was born in Philadelphia. Yeah. Well, he was raised in Camden, but he was born in
Oh, you
Philadelphia.
don't say that. No, I am from Philly/Camden, but Camden is his hometown.
So, and my mother was a country woman born in Georgia. So I'm pretty much on both sides of the fence, well-rounded. Both mothers grown
And you
up,
cook too?
born and raised. I can cook.
I don't know what I did wrong, but I watch LL dishes all the time. She's a cook where she been contests where LL said I was gonna get, but I don't know what, I can't even get a piece of bread from her. She's showing me all this food. So go ahead. So you can cook to a Southern girl from Georgia.
Yes.
When you said your mom from Georgia, where most people say that because we know that Southerners are great cookers, where they make great sweets, even though I don't need it, because I'm trying to build something.
My mother could cook. My mother could cook.
And you too?
And that's where I get it from. My mother.
Give me a dish you say you can cook. Like, if Showtime behind me, I just want my audience to know, if you invited me, what would you get a meal for the first time you invited me to show your skills? I'm gonna get this, brother. I'm gonna show, even though a lot of brothers understand the cook go with the heart. What is one of your favorite dishes? Georgia, one of Georgia's dishes.
Well, I would say, of course, you can't go wrong with soul food. So I'm good with pretty much a lot of things in that area.
Soul food. I don't know about y'all. Soul food.
I got a signature stuffing, a big macaroni and cheese, and we got the pasta salad. I'm famous for people just calling me up like, can you please make me some pasta salad? Like, it's just different things. But
you ain't going to think that I ain't going to with pieces. She think that this is the last time she'll see Showtime and hype man, but it's okay. So her parents will thank her mother and her father as he rests in her parents where they taught her how to cook. She went to Camden High School. When did you really start getting to the skating that putting your name down? I'm Peaches from Camden. When they come around, you got Philly people from Maryland and Delaware. When everybody knew that this girl you started representing, was it a team thing, or y'all started going around with this you by yourself?
It was pretty much me and my father being a real close, like I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
How y'all doing? See, how y'all doing? See, look at that. How you doing?
And my father, he treated us all the same. So we, at a young age, because like I said, my father was a skater, bouncer, DJ, we were able to come inside of the rink at adult nights and visualize and see everybody out there skating. So I started young, but everybody that I rode with was older than me because I was in there while they were rolling. So I was able to see, I had the opportunity to come in and being my dad's daughter, being Moose daughter, and coming in at a young age and being able to actually skate. We had a real bond with the owner of the rink, so it was okay. So I started early, and I was Moose daughter, so that's how I.
That's cool, right? She's so Moose daughter. And that's Moose daughter. Don't run away. So that's Moose daughter.
Yeah, they say the legendary was actually, somebody just said that just yesterday, the legendary Moose daughters. So that's where I pretty much got my name from at a younger age, but then I built my own as I was coming along. But when I was going back to the people skills, as far as the people skills, when it comes to people skills, I'm guessing that it just comes natural. I also do annual trips to Israel for my church. I'm a coordinator.
It is Big Money. Thank you for tuning in. Big Money is in the house also, along with LL. So let's talk about trips where What's the name of your church?
Victory in Christ Christian Center.
We got the victory. I was watching where, for those who know I'm a spiritual guy and a humanities guy, where she is grounded, where every time she talks, I see another seed in the harvest growing. Where I got here late, where everybody knows that Showtime the Hype Man is perfected, where I believe in timing, where because something else, that's talked about the trip where you take young people. How do y'all go trip overseas like that?
Actually,
You say Israel, you say that?
Israel.
That is
The Holy
Israel.
Land.
The Holy Land.
Yes.
See, I don't know about y'all where she has blessed me because she has been to the Holy Land. And when she came here Monday to bless my show, to bless Showtime my Hype Man, because she has been talk about your experience over there in the Mecca.
Yes.
Did I say the right word? For those who like to call it to talk to peaches, the phone number is 484-477-6348. The phone lines are open. So let's talk about that journey of putting that trip together for her church.
Yes. Well, my first experience in Israel was an experience of a lifetime. It's no other feeling. I've actually was baptized in the Jordan River, the same river that Jesus was baptized in. Although I wasn't baptized by Bishop John the Baptist, the bishop name is John the Bishop. I'm really so when I went over there, you know, it was just like it was my first time. It was my experience. It was just like it was more than you could learn more in visiting Israel in 10 days than you can read in the whole Bible. Like however long it takes you to read the Bible, you could read you'll through the whole Bible in 10 days in Israel. And I just want everybody to just visit, just to get that experience, to see like the Sea of Galilee, the Jordan rivers and the all the everything that's in the Bible will just come to life. So back to the people skills. When I bring these, now that my experience was such a blessing to others, and I did my testimony, and people just gravitated to me and just said, you know what, I just want to go to Israel, and your word just spoke to me and made me feel like I need to be there. So now we just had a group, it's a group of us that now we just put people together and go to Israel. You could be from any church. I just come from the church, Victory in Christ Christian Center, but you could be from any church, any person. You want to go to Israel, you can go to Israel. And now it's annual. So now that I did the annual coordinating portion of it, it was I don't know what it was. Everybody just I'm sitting at everybody's table. It wasn't one person that I hadn't sat at their table, whether it was breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and spoke with them of some words, and everyone just had, so much good things to say about me, and I'm just like, well, how do you feel like this towards me when I'm just being me? Like I'm not doing nothing but, once again, God's work. So I want everybody to come around, and I think that's where the people skills come from, because I'm doing God's work, and I know with God's grace and mercy, He helped me overcome things that I never thought I would be able to get out of, and I thank Him so much for that I don't mind doing what He do. I serve in church as an usher, a lead usher, so I'm just doing anything I can to help people, and that's probably where the people skills come from.
I want to say something where God has also admitted me with people skills gift, where that's a gift from God. A lot of people have watched me too, where in this day and time, because I have a happy spirit, where I have a joyful heart, where I go around people where they have a dark spirit, because the gift that God gave me, my gift is my voice. Where I can choose any direction deals with voice. And I understand that what I've been going through, I'm finally understanding who I am and who served me and gave me this platform. Peaches, I want to say thank you for that. Maybe you made me too want to follow you to Israel.
Definitely.
Not because of the peach pie, because I want to know, and it's all everybody knows. but because it's important that a lot of us have never enjoyed life and never know how to enjoy life, where we do the same stuff. Where I was talking to an individual person today where my brother wanted to thank Scarfo, where we was talking about living. And why the people are afraid to go the new way of life, where we've already been seeing people for the last 40 years that want to be dinosaurs, they want to control people. Where high spiritual people come into your organization, come into your workplace, come into your home, they're not used to spiritual people because we have got away from the spiritual talk. Where we're not used to gifted people. What is going on, Miss Peaches? Where people don't talk about the gift that God gave. We got 3 people in the grave right now. We got over 500 young men that died in 2020 in the city of Philadelphia. We got too many people that never discovered their gift. What is the gift that God gave you, Peaches?
I believe my assignment is to spread the gospel and just to be what he like. That's how I think. How would God handle this situation? So that pretty much in any situation, after a deep sip, because everybody have issues, nobody is perfect or whatever. So it's like after.
Why is your time gotta have issue? Hey, well, we want to thank Mr. Jenkins also. It's important that I acknowledge all of y'all. Say hi to them pieces with me. So why is the difference between spiritual and people have a good heart, always willing to help? Where we give our all, and at the end, we see that people be jealous. What's wrong with jealous people? You know what I'm talking about?
I definitely know.
Yes. You know what I'm talking about?
I definitely know. But you know what? I don't let that bother me. Like, it's annoying. It is. Like people just being jealous or people being, mean and ignorant and envious for no reason. Like you got some deceitful, conniving, backstabbing, and you just have no idea what you did.
You got a jerk.
You look, yeah.
When they just came in, we did the work already.
And you know what? I just made a post that said, well, the way I worded it, I'm gonna paraphrase, but in other words, it said, y'all be in competition with people God sent to be on your team. And when I
Can you say it again? Please say it again. For those who are watching, I made her do a repeat. We're on Philly Hot Radio, and we are broadcasting Philly Hot Radio. Okay, Paul.
Radio. That's right, we have a brand new show from 12 to 2 p.m. from Monday to Friday, live on
Philly Hot Radio. 447-477-6348. See ya. So I want you to talk about that spirit that it was ready to blow up. God is awesome. She wore a shirt that said God is awesome, where she didn't know how Zebra was going to turn out.
at all.
She didn't know that God sent her here to a spiritual brother that walked on the same intersection that she's walking on. She never understood where we are the news, only 20% of us.
Okay.
Where 80% are the same, is only 20%. Where we are fighting the 80% of jealous people, naysayers, doubters. They don't believe, they're not risk takers, they criticize, they beat you up, and then you got the ones who will call you for 2 hours and ask for $20. You mean all the time we praise God at the end, you think I can borrow $20? Then you forgot, last year you did the same story, and you never paid bills, man. I'm gonna say no this time. So don't get any question that we know about.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just, paraphrased and I made that statement where it's like, y'all be in competition with people God sent to be on your team. And if people just think like that, like, why am I jealous? Why am I envious? What God, what people don't know, and not to be making this whole interview about spiritual, but that's what I believe in. That's what gets me going. So the question was, how and it's God. And so when people say things like being jealous and being envious and it's like, what God, if you just give somebody help, or if you be kind to somebody, you support somebody, like what you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. So if you have that thought in your head, like, I'm gonna pray for this brother to go ahead and get this house that he won. I'm gonna pray for this sister to go ahead and, get that, that degree that she won. Like, or you be praying for other people and you never pray for yourself, but God will make that happen for you. And you just be like, wow, because you're rolling in the same, in the same realm, the same prayers, the same, so that's involving you. So it's gonna happen. So you don't have this no need for nobody to be jealous, envious, none of that. If you just had that kind heart and you just go ahead and you support, help, and do things for people, be kind, no need to be ignorant, and it'll happen for you. It's just that simple.
So what she's saying, for those who are watching us, when we have watched a community of dark spirits has creeped in our community, because we're not spiritually connected really, where a lot of people say they know God and gospel, where we are losing the battle because we have never learned the humanity spirit of loving each other. The word love is not spreading among our young children, among our senior citizens, among the middle class people. I have watched the word love turn around where it bothers me, where men don't know how to love their own brothers. Where the reason why we're seeing more death in the city of Philadelphia, then we're electing people that has a jealous spirit. We're electing men and women that down people. They represent their whole district. But these are the same people that went to school, into a college, and came back to a home where they still judgmental. See, God is not pleased with all of us. I'm being honest with you, going to 2000, especially the black community, where we are suffering unity and love. Yes, we have about 500,000 churches in our community. Every block from corner to corner, we got a home church, a storefront church, a house church, we got a mosque, we got some Jehovah's Witness. We, the only community, have about 25 religions in our community. With 25 religions, that means that we are running around rapidly. And out of all that stuff, we don't own stores, we don't own properties, we don't own the bank. We are losing because the spirit of love has been ripped out of our hearts. I don't know about y'all. God is coming. You better get ready for 2021 and go into 22. If you're not loving people and helping people and doing what God tells you to do, see, you better accept the invitation. My name is Showtime High. I understand why I've been knocked off the mountaintop about 50,000 times, but I get back up and start walking to the mountain. See, I'm not afraid of anything because I know that God has anointed me with the voice. I am the voice. When I've been trying, and she said something, when people said that we go around people where they're not used to good, orderly people. For those who may understand that word, the G-O-D is good, orderly direction. See, God said a good person in your life, and you mistreat them, and you wonder why all of a sudden things ain't going right because you didn't treat that person right that God sent you right. See, we're not used to being nice. You're not used to somebody treating you. You're not used to somebody being courtesy. See, we have got a mean spirit has arisen in our community, and we are fighting evil people. That's a true fact, there, Beaches. And I know ways to God, here goes your time again. I want to talk you through the back. Let's go right around your community and see all the things that are going on. What led you? I can see you're a God-fearing woman. Do you sing gospel too?
I don't. I praise and worship every Sunday.
She's not. So what do you see in the young women where a lot of young women call you up and ask you some questions because they are following you? Where for those who are watching us, Peaches got a lot of people following her. I know that she's not on Facebook a lot. How do you interact with young ladies that are 12, 13, 14, where they are tattooed on their body? They don't understand weight till you get a certain age. How do you help the young girls in Camden, New Jersey that look up to Miss Peaches but afraid to come approach you because they fear they've done something wrong or they smoking cigarettes? How do you approach these young girls that look up to you in Camden? By you being there, you are one of their heroes. This lady, y'all would never knew. I would think she lives in Los Angeles.
So you saying something about you?
She's a classy lady where you never knew. It's not that we are not saying that. We go by what the media said. We only go by what we heard. You heard the stories about that. Come on.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, you definitely said it.
Okay, I ain't
And that's
lying.
where I come from when I say like I'm well-rounded. Like my father was born in Camden. My father was born in Philadelphia, but he was raised in Camden. But then you have my mother that was born in Georgia, but she was raised in, the countries out there in Franklinville area. So it's just like, with that being said, I had that class with my mom, and then I'm street as well.
I know
So that's why I'm definitely street. I know the street. So it's just like, but I had no choice. So that's how it went. It was not something that I want to be. That's something that I was raised.
Me too. I had no choice neither.
So with the sisters out there, and the young ladies out there, they definitely. I do have a few that do look up to me, and I don't get too much where it would pretty much be hidden. So if I could see it and I could sense it, I would speak upon it. And then it's like no one never saying or smoking around me or cursing around me or saying stuff. They most likely they'll be seeing me at the skating rink. And then everybody, oh, can you teach me how? And that's how I give back. People want to get into skating, and I'll invite them out and I'll teach them how to skate or whatever. And I just get their time, keep their time occupied because they're younger. So it's not nothing that they're doing that they can do at a older age as the younger people. So I'll get their time. I used to bring in a group of teenagers and younger kids and bring them to the rink on Tuesday, just so we could just have it's a family session, but everybody goes there and they practice and they learn tricks, and that would just be a lot of time and a lot of fun. And like I said, skating helped a lot of us in Camden because it's a good activity. It's actual exercise, and you could do a lot in that field. So that's my way of, just helping them, just being around them, just, I want people around me to see the God in me, and that reflects, it becomes a ripple effect. So what you see me do, that you're wrong in doing some stuff, you see what I'm doing, then you'll do the same. And it's nothing that I'm actually chastising, I'm telling somebody, it's just bringing them around me, and that's it. And they'll learn from that.
Wow. I didn't realize where a lot of my peers watched me too, where I'm raising my grandson, a 9-year-old grandson, where I'm starting over again, going to the school, folding the clothes, washing the clothes, dressing him up, where we dressed it yesterday, getting the hair, where I had set the challenge and I had the energy. I want to look how that goes. Boy, come on.
show from
Brand new show.
2 p.m. from Monday to Friday.
So we are broadcasting live. The only people we feature, she's a roller skater slash mayor from Canada. Also, she's a church member, she's a choir, she's a deep, she does a lot of stuff in the church. Also, when you started wearing earphones, did I get that right?
Yeah, that earphone, soundscape. Yeah.
What'd you call that?
Soundscape.
Soundscape.
Mm-hmm.
Was that to keep people off of you?
No, it was pretty much. I don't have people on me. Like, I don't even think people would approach me in that sense.
So
Because
sounded. When people see where you know playing music, so you skate off of your own music if you're not satisfied with the DJ. Did
Right.
I get that right?
Yeah, well, it'd be.
Do you play gospel music like?
Yeah, it could be any type of music. It's the request, because what I do is I rent the headphones to have soundscapes or any other type of
So you
event, and I also throw the events, and I also have, like, when I rent the headphones, the person will have their own music, so they'll bring their own DJs. So it's 3 different channels. If it's a gospel, if it's a church that wanna have a soundscape, the church will bring in the gospel DJs, and they'll go that way, or they could bring in old school music only, 80s only, So it could be any genre of music. You just got 3 options to choose from. So it's like, if I wanted to bring in hip hop, I'll bring in hip hop, and then have a gospel channel, and then have a house channel or old school channel. So and all 3 of the gospel, hip hop, old schools, they all in one building listening to what they want to listen to. So it brings people together so that they won't have to be just like stuck with one song, one genre of music.
So you are a promoter too.
I have been actually a promoter. I used to run the club Worship in Atlantic City.
There goes
I was at the show.
Yeah.
So I know something.
She looking at the street guy too from 13th Market. For those I'm one of the original City Hospital in the city of Philadelphia. I paid my way in this city. But I changed my life because God took me off of the rough street. He said, boy, you won't be doing life in prison. For those who are in prison, be praying for my brothers and sisters, because we know that more brothers are going to prison than men, because it's a business. So, Miss Promoter, so, how do you get into promoting shows and stuff besides us when you started talking about giving shows with skating?
Yeah. So, like I said, when I first created this, I actually went outside of the skating, and I spoke with, because I've dealt with quite a few promoters in Philadelphia, in Jersey, and in Delaware, and we had this tri-state team where we just brought a bunch of people together, and we all met down in Atlantic City at the Showboat. And not only that, I did different events out here in Philadelphia, so I had a whole team where it was 3 of us, and I represented New Jersey, and you had Philadelphia, then you had Delaware. Perfect, like,
Combination.
Yeah, perfect combination, and it worked. So with me having that experience already, and that was probably about, I could say about 15 years ago. So with me having that experience already, I still had the same connections, the same resources, and I wanted to see how can I go about combining skating with some headphones. And I reached out to a promoter from Jersey, and we sort of kind of brainstormed with it. They're not a skater at all, but they wasn't seeing it. They was just like, I'll provide you with maybe, the outlet for the headphones, but you pretty much got to do the rest. So that's how that happened. And then now I'm not only doing with the headphones, I'm doing skating events. I've been doing skating events the whole time while I was doing other club party events and stuff too. So it that also came natural because I've already been in that field where I was promoting and been promoting for a long time, and now I'm doing it for the skaters. And that's pretty much my culture, and I want to stay stuck in that area. Even though if somebody wanted to rent headphones, they still could rent the headphones and have a party on their own. but I actually mainly skate in rinks, and I travel over across the country, and I've been through different. I've been to Florida, I've been to Atlanta, I've been to and these are all like skating events. I've been to Boston, I've been to Baltimore, other areas in Maryland. Like so, I've been traveling across the country doing these sound skates, and it works.
For those who are watching us, we had a partner owner here that owns the Millennium Skating Rink over in Canton, New Jersey. We had Ice has also performed with his elegant skate metal move as a skater. Now we have Peaches that deals with earphone silent skating. I don't know about y'all, but where I didn't know that the skate community, those who are watching us, I didn't know the skate community was that big.
It's
Where
huge.
we're seeing that roller skating are really long in spite of the COVID-19.
International.
International.
Yes.
So where I used to skate, not as a great skater because I'm a street guy. Where skate, I went the other way, but I did try some of the skate rink when we was young, but we buy 250 then.
No.
Did I say it right? I'm going way back.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
price still 250?
No.
You got a hot dog, you got some M&M's, you got some skates. $5. I knew I would get a girlfriend that day. I got 250 right here now. I'm gonna be a baller for 250. You think that it's higher than that now?
Oh yeah. I'm not even sure what you can get for 250 these days.
That's how long Showtime the Hype Man had been skating. What is the average price for those who need me, or you do fundraising, or an elected official, or a cancer research, or somebody that was totally sheltered, where we put together a skating event where I have no experience, I have experience dealing with shows, putting shows together, but same thing maybe with skate, but since I don't know the skating community, how can someone want to book you or hire you? Because you gotta make money, Peaches, because
Right,
you're the Peaches, I'm making some money, so I want to talk about it. So how can people contact you where if they wanted to promote or have the event? Because I think that the young folks today, they need a venue where in Philadelphia, too many young people are dying. Yeah, we pray, we go to church, masses, kingdom halls, we do a lot of things. But there's something missing. We're missing something like humanity. We need something to get the young folks back and get activities. We're allowed to really not be able to call in. Well, maybe this will watch us. What do you get today, Marcus? And we got people doing Easter Sunday. I know a lot of y'all can get belly full. And we know how we go out every holiday and go out and get corn liquor, ham, and potato salad. Somebody might still under the table. But yesterday, skip church and everything, you still got their suit on because the Bible overtook them. They say, I forgot the day is Monday. So, how do people contact you if they want to hire you to help young people or senior citizens? And I heard that even they have nights with senior citizens that come out and skate.
Oh yeah, they have adult nights. Senior citizens. When you say senior citizens, like
80 and
you
over.
would never know that they were that age because they're really rolling. Like you had people. I mean, they're really rolling. They're doing tricks and they're doing everything. Tricks.
Y'all heard of 80-year-old and they're doing tricks on skate. What are the last time y'all skate? Go ahead.
Shout out to Miss Edna. She's about 83 right now, and she's
I
still
know.
rolling. We got Bill Butler. Like these are all people in the skate culture, not just from our area. Like this just from all over the country. And they over 80, and they're just rolling like there's no other. And you would never know. And it's like skating is a good endurance, and it keeps the youth. It keeps you useful. It keeps you like active. It keeps you like you I don't know. I'm not going to diagnose anybody and say that you skate, you won't live forever. But that's what it seems like.
You just said loud, Billy.
But that's what it seems like. It seems like, skating just brings out the youth in you. And it's a good thing. Like, they have senior citizens that skate, but it's not a senior citizens night. It's an adult night, but a lot of senior citizens come out.
So what is the cost for those who are still sitting home doing the same stuff? We want to introduce you to roller skating, where you're tired of going to red lobster every night, where you're gaining weight. Imagine going to red lobster 4 times out a month. You're going to gain some weight. Roller skating is an activity for friends, family, even relationships where y'all doing the same thing. That couch is tired of y'all. That couch has heard all those stories where y'all can't go out, do this, do this. But the only time you want to do something when you get paid and you don't want to do that. So what we want to do, we want to introduce skating, sound skating, and skating to those who have never skated before, those who have never they think they're too old. You're never too old to start something good. Can you tell them that?
Exactly. Never too old. If anything, it's like the Benjamin Button effect. Like, you get younger as you keep on skating. The more you skate, the better you feel. And you will never be able to tell when you see these people that you consider. I call them seasoned. You say senior citizens, but you see these seasoned people.
You know how to do it. That stuff like what are you talking about?
They're seasoned, very knowledgeable, and they have been around the skate. And some of them I can't even say have been around since they were younger, but they're doing it now, and you can never tell that their age, or you can't tell that you wouldn't, if you just look at them, you wouldn't be able to know that they skate the way they skate. And it's a good thing. I think that people should definitely consider it.
I want to ask you, can you name your 5 best skating songs?
Oh wow. It's too many.
I already asked you 5. You got too many. I already get 5. Yeah, I already asked you 5 and she told me you had too many. Can we get 5? Because for those who music does go with skating, and it's important that we do understand that. What is your best 5 skating songs?
Okay, so what I'm gonna say is, because I like older, old school music.
So
They do.
Like
I like old drivers. Like I said, my dad was a DJ, and my friend is a DJ. Everybody, so I'm good with music. I've been around music all the time. I like songs. I'm gonna just say what type of songs I like because there's too many of them. I like songs that have the old school feel, but the new school twist.
I like it too.
And then you put them together, and it's the perfect combination of skating. Like the perfect combination. I don't know about others, but for me. The perfect combination of skate to. If you have if you like you can take the Jamie Foxx song. You take the Jamie Foxx song, you know how he, even that. Like, I mean, but that you could do hip hop with. And then you have songs, the perfect old school songs mixed with new school that you could skate, like, do tricks and maybe turns and pivots and stuff like that, and just flow with it. Okay. But those songs mainly are the songs that had me going. The old school with the new school twist. I love them all.
So she just said it's the old school twist songs that she liked because she has so many of them.
Yeah.
She don't want to hurt her baby mama. Maybe calling people talking about you where so I remember when I was 69th Street at a skate rink called Carmen was at North Village.
Okay, yeah.
And where they had these little pillows where an Elwood at skate rink too, Elwood, Woodland Avenue. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
So I always rent skates. So I'm not the guy that looked at $5,000.
You the one they was talking about. The peanut butter was
Like I came in the business kids. So anybody's out here with a little stopper, with the right.
Why do you have a stopper? So you got it all the way wrong.
Peanut butter skates. You with a brother had on black one with a black and a white string. Oh yeah, I'm starting to understand now.
You looking at the girls with the jeans, the girls looking at the boy with the peanut butter skates. Like, wait a minute.
I had kids who were I'm not a very guy. I ain't gonna come. The guy that you always did, he ain't did it then. So so I'm gonna night and try my best. But because they skate 3 days a week, so how often do you skate?
Well, I skate, I would say 2 times a week for the most part, but it's a session pretty much every day of the week if you wanted to go skating every day of the week. It's possible. And it's been times. It's usually around the first, because of the pandemic, a lot of schedules have changed. But it's usually around the first of the month. You have a first Wednesday. You have Monday, Tuesday, first Wednesday. Then it used to be a first Thursday. Then you have first Friday. Then you have a Saturday event, and then you have a Sunday event. So every day of the week you can skate. But I would say the normal is probably about two days of the week, 2 nights.
2 nights a week.
2 nights a week.
Wow. What we're gonna play? We're gonna play a selection because this is a spiritual show. PG is spiritual. We got balance. We like all stars of hip hop. We like hip hop. We like R&B music, and also we do like gospel music. Where I want to play a selection where a lot of people are struggling spiritually right now in spite of the COVID-19, but a lot of family members are struggling. Where a lot of relationships are seeing divorces random in the Black community, where a lot of women and men that may have been together for 20 and 30 years are starting to spill. Where their eyes are seeing other people, their eyes are seeing because the relationship has lost the order in the spirit. For those who may be in a relationship and maybe because we're not practicing good stuff. God has a master plan for you and me. This is by Tammy Hammond. We don't have a copyright to this song here, but this is a song that God told me to play for our audience around the world because we all need a little inspiration. My name is Showtime Hypeman on the 12 o'clock noon show. Pamela, Ashley, thank y'all for tuning in. Evan. We all need something to get praise about because God has a master plan for your life. I don't know about y'all, it's something about where we all need the inspiration. So we're going to play a song that's deserving as you get your feet off. I don't know about y'all, you gotta hold on. Because God got the answer. To every question you're trying to have. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. We just wanted to play that was Telling Wade, where the master plan, where a lot of people are not used to waiting real quick. We don't have patience. We're living in a world that everybody is moving fast, and where we are falling by the wayside because we have lost the intuition. What God has gave is called intuition. Because you're looking at Showtime about me, when somebody said about me, well, all I'm trying to do is inspire that homeless person. That one girl is pregnant, 14 years old, her mother kicked her out the house. It's something about Jesus that I'm afraid of myself. But I'm not afraid to be successful because failure is success. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes a lot of people misunderstood what God was trying to do. That's why God always said He has His hands on you.
And it's not comfortable. It doesn't feel good. But we need to just take solace in the fact.
See, I don't know about y'all.
I feel good right now. Tomorrow, it's out of His hands. I know
Everything gonna be all right.
Just touch somebody in the face.
Look them in the face.
Tell them how it's
This is somebody that's going through some tough times every day where they might have lost their son. Or their son might be on drugs and they do it. Just remember, God has His hands on you.
And He shares what pain inside. The children times you wonder why they
I need to show from the right there. We're about to take this song around the world. God has His hands on I don't know about y'all, I get excited when I hear the spiritual song. Listen to the words. Copyright this song, we want to let Facebook know that we want to hear about you. But if somebody is just replacing somebody in some situation, somebody maybe be conscious. He has His hands. For you mothers and fathers, learn about your daughters and your sons and your grandchildren, just know that God has His hands. When you're crying on the bedside, when you wake up, and even while you're crying, I just feel something as a mother. I just feel something as a father. I just feel something as a grandparent. See, God is an intuition. God has His hands. So, I just want to give it something. So, before we close the show, I'll give you a minute to tell our audience your goodbye and where we thank you for coming here today. So what do you want to say for your closing?
It definitely was an honor to be here, to be able to present and expose my soundscape, my purpose in walking and everything that brought in this interview. I also, want to encourage and, invite anyone who would like to do a soundscape to come on out, or reach out to me, through, I have Facebook at Peachy Richardson with Peachie Richardson. I have Instagram, you'll just put Peachy Richardson as well. I also have, my website is under construction, but then I have my phone number, 609, well, the Jersey phone number is 609-336-6434. So if anybody want to have a soundscape, I could, or have it pulse on bringing headphones, or however you want me to do it, coordinated event, that could go well. Anybody want to go to Israel? Those dates is, Israel, the Holy Land. Those dates, we're doing 2022 because of the pandemic, we're going to skip a year. So we're doing 2022 to Israel, and that date is May 31st to June 9th, and my church is Victory in Christ Christian Center.
Victory in Christ. Hey, Doug.
So if you wanted to reach out to me through there, you can email me at Victory in Christ, Victory Trip to Israel at
Italy
gmail.com.
trip to Israel
At gmail.com.
at gmail.com.
And that's how you could, be enlisted and get more details on how to go to Israel 2022, May 31st to June 9th.
It's a 30-day trip to Israel where 10 days is the Mecca, where half of y'all have never touched the earth. When you come back from Israel, you'll never be the same.
Exactly.
It's a learning experience. For those who are watching Showtime the Hype Man, I want to thank each and every one of y'all. I want to thank God first. I want to thank Doug Payne, WRS Radio, along with Philly Hot Radio, for giving me an opportunity where y'all saw something in me where everybody else didn't see it. Just like Doug says, it's all about helping people and putting people in position. And the reason why I work so hard 7 days a week on the mic, because I want to build something that's powerful to help Peaches with her journey and pay for 5 or 10 people that's not fortunate to go to Israel. That's the kind of man children remembering is. We're going to learn how to give back because we are tight, but we are quick enough by lip to say something negative. Rise, guys, again. Rise up. Wake up. Please. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. I'm Philly Hot Radio for 2 o'clock. We're about to close and shut this show down. I don't think Peach will never be the same because I have put her anointing spirit where she was already prepared for the show ever since she laced up her skates.
Amen.
My name is Showtime the Hype Man.
Showtime the Hype Man on Philly.
See y'all.
Bye-bye.
We have a brand new show from 12 to 2 p.m. from
Take a picture of the guy, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Okay, good.
Call us.
I do take pictures with my guests. So what are you doing? Did you check?
I like it.
Really did?
Yeah, I did. Like I said, I wasn't sure how, I didn't even know it was an hour. I didn't know it was nothing.
And you, y'all ain't called me, y'all just came on the show. And